check out Northbridge, and we got a list of things to do, right? I brought BB along for the ride here, and probably before we do anything, we got one stop we have to make, and I know you're on a sugar-free diet, so sorry about what's about to happen. West End Creamery. Big here.
Thanks. Yeah, nice.
Okay, so inside the West End Creamery here, for your purposes, since you're not eating the sugar, we got mini golf, we got a corn maze, we got pedal carts, all sorts of good stuff. But for my purposes, a little pregnant here, so we're gonna need a chocolate peanut butter cookie dough, and we're gonna need to be generous.
We can do that.
All right, Owen. Perfect. Owen, thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh, so sorry.
Keep this tour moving, and I'll tell you this much, Shannon, you may love the ice cream. I love the controversy, and Northbridge has some pretty good stuff. Follow me. So, Shannon, while you continue to engulf that ice cream, and we were only 4 minutes from our previous stop, and you've knocked down 2 coats.
Right now.
Here's a little controversy for you in Northbridge. See this building right here? You may remember this 2 years ago. So the Diocese of Worcester owned this place. It was a retreat, and they were selling it. And remember, 2 gay guys wanted to buy it, and when the church found out they were gay, maybe, so the story goes, they refused to sell it to them. Church says they didn't, it was just business. There's now a lawsuit pending, and the church just tried to have that thrown out. A couple of weeks ago, judge said, no, this one's going to court. So
Really?
we'll see how it goes. My guess is the gay guys are going to win. But anyway, that's the building that caused all the trouble, right here in Northbridge. All right, Shannon, so 4 minutes from the mansion is our next stop, and we're going to do a little test here. Remember the story a couple of years ago, the woman whose car ended up in a sand trap, and she claimed her GPS drove her in there?
Accident.
We have the Mazda GPS that's working. We're going to see if it sends us into that sand trap.
Okay.
Buckle up. All right, Shannon, so we just drove the length of the golf course, and the GPS indeed did not take us into a sand trap. My guess is what happened. Her GPS must have told her that this was a road, and then when she took it, she accidentally ended up there in the sand trap, which, by the way, that is a tricky chip from a car or not. I'm not going to lie to you. But, by the way, you'll notice to my left, the groundskeepers are looking very suspiciously at us. We gotta go. You want to go police are probably being called.
All right, BB, I know you love a good cemetery, so I've got a good grave for you today. It's at the Pine Grove Cemetery. You're not going to believe this one. You ready?
Just I'm intrigued.
All right, so I don't know if you can make it out, but behind this tree, right up here, is the grave of Oscar Nelson. You know who that guy is?
I don't. I see the stone right up there. But...
Betty Davis's first husband.
Really?
Buried right there, and allegedly when she won her first Oscar, so the story goes, she took a look at the statue, which didn't have a name at the time, and said, his derriere reminds me of Oscars. Here lies the derriere in Northbridge, Massachusetts.
I actually like that. That's pretty darn
A
good.
little Hollywood look for you. Rest in peace, Nelson. All right, so that just about does it for Northbridge. I think we've got some pretty good things in here. But there's one last place that we need to stop. It's incredible. You're not going to believe your eyes when we get
Good.
there.
I'm intrigued.
All right, Hannah, how about a Moose Tracks and make it a double? Thank you.
This is a Mazda Town Tour first, Shannon. I think the first time we've ever featured the same place twice in a Town Tour.
Oh, it was worth that.
Not surprisingly, that dress doesn't have pockets to hold a wallet. Hannah, let the record show.
Thank you, Hannah.
This trip cost me money and put a smile on your face.
That's how it goes.